Lights flicker and a bass line pulses through the air. A figure emerges on stage, decades of spotlight behind him, and yet the spotlight has shifted. Martin Kemp stands now not as the boyish bassist of Spandau Ballet, whose hits like True and Gold became anthems of a generation, but as a man marked by melody, survival, and reinvention. He's been here before, the 1980s whirlwind, the red carpet flashes, the rock star glamour. But this time, it's different. What unfolds now asks a deeper question. Is this comeback simply a jungle show, an echo of nostalgia, or the true work of reinvention? He remembers the old days vividly, touring across Europe, selling millions of records, hair slicked back, sharp lapels catching the light in endless MTV reruns. It was youth, adrenaline, and applause rolled into one. He has said those years were some of the most beautiful experiences one could ever have. But the same man has also admitted that touring with his old band now would make him physically sick. That admission cracks the myth of eternal nostalgia, the illusion that legends live forever untouched. Because even icons evolve, and Kemp, now 63, seems determined not to be a relic in someone else's time capsule. After Spandau Ballet's first split in 1990, and the messy reunions that came years later, Kemp did something most pop idols fear. He reinvented himself. Acting became his sanctuary. His role as Steve Owen in EastEnders turned him from 80s pop idol into household TV villain, and that pivot became more than a career move. It became survival. Around the same time, he was recovering from 2 brain tumours that nearly took his life. It was surgery and rehabilitation that taught him humility, perspective, and grit. That's when he began to see fame differently. Then, near the end of the set, the familiar notes of Gold rise. The crowd erupts. But he doesn't sing it exactly as before. He slows it, adds an edge, reclaims it. It's not a copy of his youth, it's a conversation between who he was and who he is. That's not nostalgia, that's evolution. Every choice he's made recently, the intimate performances, the selective interviews, the light-hearted podcast moments, reinforces that he's crafting this next chapter intentionally. Even after his recent chainsaw accident that injured his fingers, he confirmed his shows would go on. It wasn't bravado, it was philosophy. The show must go on because he must go on. That grit mirrors the survival story behind his entire life. And there's something quietly profound in how he approaches his fame now. He doesn't feed off attention the way he once did, he curates it. In an age where fame burns fast and fades faster, Kemp's deliberate pace feels like rebellion. He's not shouting to stay relevant, he's whispering, and people are listening. That's power. Real, sustained, mature power. Zooming out, Kemp's reinvention mirrors a cultural pattern. Icons from the 1980s, Boy George, Simon Le Bon, Annie Lennox, are not just performers anymore. They're institutions, reshaping what aging in the public eye looks like. They're teaching audiences that charisma doesn't fade with time, it adapts. Kemp's comeback isn't about reclaiming fame, it's about reframing legacy. And that's why his story feels universal. Everyone, in some way, reaches a stage where the past looms louder than the present. The temptation to relive it, to do the old hits one more time, is strong. But true reinvention means daring to be misunderstood for a while, daring to grow where applause once froze you. Kemp's statement that he'd be physically sick touring with Spandau Ballet again isn't bitterness, it's clarity. He knows that the energy that once fueled him belongs to a younger man who doesn't exist anymore, and pretending otherwise would be betrayal to himself and to the art. He's not alone in that realization. The entertainment industry is filled with those at the same crossroads, play the hits forever or write something new. Kemp chose new. And in doing so, he's proving that the 80s heartthrob can age into a 2020s cultural force without irony or apology. But his story also holds a mirror up to the audience. Because You know, reinvention isn't just an artist's challenge, it's everyone's. The need to evolve without losing yourself, to adapt without selling out, to find relevance in your next chapter. Kemp embodies all of it. It's why audiences connect with him now in a different way. He's not the soundtrack to their youth anymore, he's the symbol of how to age with grace in a world obsessed with youth. It's not just reinvention, it's reclamation. His reinvention carries another subtle message. Fame built on nostalgia has a shelf life. Authenticity, however, doesn't expire. And when he steps onto that stage now, silver hair glinting under the lights, smile both familiar and wiser, it's not just Martin Kemp performing. It's a testament to what happens when an artist refuses to be embalmed by his own legend. There's something poetic in how he's reframed his own history. The 80s weren't a prison, they were a foundation. His health scares weren't tragedies, they were turning points. Even the Jungle Show wasn't a gimmick, it was an evolution of platform. It's as though Kemp has mastered the rare art of turning life's detours into narrative fuel. That's why his story resonates beyond music, and beyond fame, it's human. By the time he takes his bow, the audience isn't just clapping for the man who once sang gold, they're cheering for the man who dared to redefine it. The applause feels different, deeper. It's not about remembering, it's about witnessing. And when the lights come up, you realize this comeback isn't a nostalgia act or a survival story, it's a blueprint. A reminder that reinvention doesn't mean forgetting who you were. It means finally understanding why it mattered and how to move forward with it. So, is Martin Kemp's latest act a jungle show or a reinvention? The evidence points clearly, it's reinvention, styled with humility and grace. He's not chasing relevance, he's shaping it. His life reads like a trilogy now. Chapter 1, the glittering 80s. Chapter 2, the survival and introspection of his acting years. And Chapter 3, this one, is the synthesis of them all. Experience reborn as artistry. Because when Martin Kemp walks off that stage now, he doesn't disappear into memory. He lingers, in headlines, in playlists, in podcasts, in the quiet respect of those who've watched him transform. His comeback isn't loud, but it's lasting. And that's the true mark of reinvention. Not how loud the applause is, but how long it echoes after. If this story moved you, if you believe in comebacks not as returns but rebirths, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because the next act in Martin Kemp's story might just redefine what it means to start again. And trust this, when that curtain rises, you'll want a front row seat.